gosh! So, I'm so excited and also kind of overwhelmed because the second edition of the Spacious Tarot just arrived. So I thought I'd maybe kind of like live blog the process and show you what it's like to be a deck creator. The UPS driver just showed up. We ordered 2,500 decks in this print run. It is 50 boxes total. Each box weighs 43 pounds. And she had the first 15 boxes. The rest are going to come later today. So I'm going to be hauling boxes in my house and I'm going to show you guys kind of some of that process. Here are 13 boxes of decks. I already brought 2 into the house. This is my spare bedroom, which is the room I ship decks from. And so far I have 5 boxes in the house. My back hurts. And this is really the behind the scenes of the deck creator life. It's a very, very glamorous guest bedroom full of boxes, about to be even more full of boxes. Look at my cute husband who came out of his meeting. He's working from home. Come to help me carry in boxes, or more like, yeah, do some manual labor for me while I just film him.
There immediately.
Yep.
Which means you've only got, what, 8 or 9, I guess?
Lulu's gonna help. Good thing I have you guys here to help me figure this all out. So now's the exciting part. I will show you some of the differences between this. This is the very first second edition box that I just opened up. So I'll show you, there's not a lot of differences from the first edition, but there are a few. So the first one is actually, let me grab over here, that is, I don't know why the lighting's being so crappy, but this is side by side. On the left, this is the second edition, this is the first edition, and the coloring is just a little bit different, and the back of the box is different. In the second edition and the first edition, we had this flower, well, I'm zooming in, from the death card, and we've updated that here. The next new thing in the second edition is, ta-da! We've added a ribbon so that it's a little bit easier to take the cards out of the deck. I'm happy with how that turned out. I like the color. This you won't really be able to tell in a video, but we made the cover of the guidebook just on a little bit thicker of cardstock. I thought this one in the first edition over here was just a little bit too thin, so that'll make it a bit sturdier, I think. I have to stop using that white blanket because it's fucking up the light. So you have to look at my ugly carpet for the rest, but there's a few cards that have been updated. This is the one that has been changed the most, the 5 of Pentacles. A lot of people couldn't tell what this creature was supposed to be, so we changed it, and hopefully it is easier to tell this is a wolf. These all are pretty subtle. But they will all be second edition on the left, first edition on the right. It's just a handful of cards that we tried to change the contrast and the brightness and the darkness just a little bit to make them look slightly better. So the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune, I think there's a pretty big difference in this one too. In that first edition version on the right, the branches at the top just blended into the background, so I think that on the left with the second edition we definitely got a better outcome with that. And then the High Priestess is pretty subtle, but we tried to just brighten this card up just a little bit. Same thing, this is the second edition on the left, first on the right. With the Ace of Cups we just changed the line work. This one I'm kind of perplexed because the colors also look different, but we didn't change those, so this is, I don't know guys, sometimes when you print a deck you just hope for the best. I don't know why that happened. I honestly don't know. And then the Guardian of Cups, Annie changed the perspective just a little bit on the cup for this new version on the left. I do think that looks better. A few people were kind of confused. They were like, what am I looking at? And it's supposed to be like you're above and you're looking down, and the flower is inside of the cup, and I do think you get that more in the updated version. So here I am with my first 15 boxes of decks. There will be 35 more coming, and I got to take a look at one, and I just showed you some of the things that have changed in the new edition. Overall, I'm pretty happy. It's always like, it's really honestly, I don't think a lot of people realize what a gamble it is as a deck creator. You kind of just have to do the best you can, communicate with your printer, I feel like we have done everything in our power to try to make the deck as good as possible, and now I get to start shipping them out and hoping that people like them. In some ways, the timing worked out really well because right when I finished shipping out the first edition, right when we sold out of that, was when the pandemic started getting really impacting everything all over the world. So it is going to be interesting shipping things now. The world is very different than it was when I was shipping things before, but I will be doing everything in my power to try to keep things safe. I am a little nervous because shipping things, like, it took a long time for these to get to us, longer than it would normally because of the pandemic, and there's some countries we can't even ship decks to right now because of the pandemic, and sometimes things are going slowly, so we're just gonna have to try to do what we can. So with the first edition, we were using bubble mailers to send out the decks, and we have upgraded to these cardboard boxes, and look at this super cute galaxy print duct tape that I got to close the boxes. So first of all, these will be hopefully a little more sturdy, and second of all, these are made of 100% recycled materials, and they are biodegradable and compostable. Okay, it's been a couple hours, and the rest of the boxes just got here, so how do I turn this thing around? Oh, that's not what I want. I hope you can actually tell just how many boxes this is. It should be 35. There's more over here. This should be 35 more boxes. Did I mention they weigh 43 pounds each? Okay, I had to take a breather. My husband is working from home, like I mentioned earlier, and he was helping me with the first few boxes, but what do you know, he actually has to get some work done. So I'm hauling these boxes in by myself. I'll show you my progress. Can you tell? The stack is growing. Definitely growing. Lifting them up that high is really fucking hard though. Yeah, I'm struggling right now. Another thing I don't think everyone realizes about creating a tarot deck independently is how much manual labor you do. Like, I'm constantly hauling boxes in and out of the house and to the post office. And another thing people don't realize is how much space it takes up. So I'm really lucky because I have this extra, this is like a guest bedroom in my home, which has turned into the tarot deck room. But yeah, like, it takes up a lot of space to store not only the boxes of decks, but in front of me there's boxes of boxes that are the boxes that I ship the decks in, and there's all the tape and the labels for the label printer, and it's just a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to complain. I really love it. It is a lot of work, but like, it's super fun, and the fruit of your labor is that you created your own tarot deck, and then people get to enjoy it, which is amazing. It's a little bit bittersweet today because when the first edition decks arrived, Annie was here, and she couldn't be here for this because of the fucking pandemic. We thought about having her come out and join me, but we thought, like, with travel being a little bit risky, we just decided not to do it this time. And it's sad, like, not even just because of the help, which, yeah, like, help is great, but we get along so well, and I really like being with her. She's truly one of the kindest, most fun people that I know, and I wish that we were here together to be doing this. So that part is a little bit sad, just me by myself talking to my phone right now. Some more peeks at the room. I'm still sitting in the same spot, so this is right in front of me. This is an old dresser that I think was like in my husband's bedroom growing up as a kid, and now I use it to store shipping supplies, and there's an overflow on top, and there's the boxes of boxes that I'll be using to send the decks out in. And a bunch of other, oh look, some maple syrup, that's fun. And then over here, on the bed is all of the, like, priority mailers and extra bubble wrap in case I need it, and like just other miscellaneous shipping stuff. Okay, it's another couple hours later. Ben took another break from work to help me carry in boxes, so we got all the boxes in the house. There's 2 missing, so I'll have to talk to UPS. I don't know what's up with that, but hopefully they're just like sitting on their truck somewhere. So here is 48 boxes of tarot decks in my guest bedroom. Each box has 50 decks in it. Thanks for watching and making me feel like I have some company for my journey of welcoming in the second edition of the Spacious Tarot. So I'll end by just showing you a few more of the cards.